Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here, just me and the critters. It is September 18th, 2019. It is Wednesday. Excuse me. So rude. See if I want to cough again. It is Wednesday afternoon at 4:04 p.m. I come on here and say hi. Let's do the weather real quick. Oh, there we go. It is 94 degrees right now. The high today is 99. It feels like 106. It's 94 right now, but it feels like 106. The high today was 99, low 72. 40% chance of rain today. Partially cloudy. 52% humidity. Wind is 7 miles per hour from the south. Sunrise was at 7:23 a.m. Sunset will be at 7:39 p.m. And tomorrow will be a very nice low 88 degrees. I'm excited. It's almost like a cold front coming through. And the night will be 66. Good sleeping weather right there. I am very happy to say, for the most part, my sleep pattern has really turned around. I do usually always go to bed with Brad now. And we turn in early. And I do a little bit of looming back there. I'm usually not up too much past when he is. If I am, I use my little headlamp to loom and stuff. But I think I figured out part of what was going on was I have a tendency to let myself get overtired at night. You know, I take my meds and stuff, and let myself get overtired, and then I can't sleep. And I think the same thing was happening with Brad. Plus, we kind of moved around our medication a little bit, which was all fine because it's supposed to actually be taken that way, not all at once. And that seems to be helping us sleep. Also, usually when Brad gets home, we'll take one of our pills for our neuropathy, and it gives him a lot of pain relief. It gives me some pain relief, and then we'll take the rest of the medicines we'll take at night when we go to bed. Or I like to take about a half hour before we go to bed, actually. So, anyway, I'm happy that I'm able to actually get up early. I usually get up now about 5:30 a.m., which is about a half hour before Brad gets up. He has the alarm set for 6 a.m. And like this morning, I got up and went in and took a shower and stuff. I like that half hour of just that kind of, I call it the quiet before the storm, you know, even though it's just him and I and the dogs and the cat. But the minute, especially the shady cat, the minute that it gets to be about 4 a.m., she starts squalling at me. Now, she's got dry out all the time. But she starts squalling at me, and then, you know, so the minute they know that I go into the bathroom, I, you know, brush my teeth. If I'm going to shower, I shower, you know, and then I'll come in and I'll get dressed and everything. And the minute they see me start heading out of the bedroom and the bathroom, and they know I'm dressed, they know it's time to be fed. Because then I'll give the cat, if she needs more dry, I'll give her that. I'll check on the dog, well, her water too. They all share the same water. Yeah, she's not picky. And I'll make sure she has enough dry. I'll give her some canned, and then the dogs, I'll give them their dry kibble, and they can just kind of snack on it if they want throughout the day. So yeah, I kind of like that quiet before the storm, you know. And then I'll, you know, also getting the dogs out and getting coffee. Brad usually he'll help get the dogs out. And he usually is the one that fixes our coffee's already brewed, but, you know, fixes us each a cup. So, yeah, I'm very happy that I'm up early. I'm actually seeing the sunrise. I'm actually doing a full day. If I do lay down, I only let myself lay down for an hour. You know, no more than that. Then I won't be able to sleep. Even though my sleep averages about 5 to 6 hours, which is pretty good. You know, and then I'll do a crash and burn once in a great while, like I think it was Monday. All I wanted to do was sleep. So, yeah, I'm happy with that, though. I'm really, really happy with that. That I can be happy with, you know, because now, when it gets to be nighttime, I'm tired. I'm tired, he's tired, you know. So, yeah, uh, I'm very happy with it. I've been busy already today. Well, I still have to vacuum. I vacuum every day. The front room and the kitchen. So, and down the hallway. I need to do that still. Let's see, I've already made beds. I still need to freshen up the bathroom. I'm doing laundry. I've done all the ice cube trays. We have like a ton of them. But, you know, I empty them all. Those little plastic boxes that look like shoe boxes, those fit really well in a standard freezer, a standard freezer on top of your fridge. And we can stack 2 of them very easily, and that holds all those ice cubes from the ice cube tray. And so then you don't have to refill all those and do all that. And yes, I'll be glad when we have an ice maker in a fridge someday. But I'm not complaining because this is workable. So, you know, been doing that. What else I do? I started dinner. I really run out of a lot of steam when it comes to be about dinner time, you know? And so I started smothered pork chops, which is all it is. It's just cream of mushroom soup and spices and your pork chop. And then I just cook them on medium for, you know, 2 or 3 hours, about 3 hours, and then I turn them to low. So then they just fall apart. And then we're having this. I wanted to show you guys this. We're having this. I've never had this before. The yellow rice, and it's already got the spices in it. But as you see from the Piggly Wiggly, which was quite a few, at least a couple months ago when we went there and bought meat. And this has got all the spices and everything in it, so I'm going to cook that up. So yeah, that'll be nice. And then we're going to have cauliflower, steamed cauliflower. So we're going to have that for dinner. Let me tell you, that recipe I did last night, I did a reduced sugar. It was a blackberry, you could use any kind of berry though, a blackberry streusel, cream cheese filling coffee cake. And Brad said it is top 3 within the desserts or any kind of coffee cakes I've ever made. That made me feel really happy, and it wasn't that hard to do. So just look up your blackberry cream cheese coffee cake recipes. And yeah, it turned out really, really well. I did add probably about double the amount of blackberries it called for, but and they weren't fresh. I used frozen, and it turned out just fine. It didn't harm the recipe at all. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. It was very good. Well, it is very good. I did that, though, even though it was for this morning. Of course, Brad cut into it last night. He always does. If he didn't, I think there was something wrong with him. You know, for breakfasts and stuff. Because, like I said, I don't like to just have to hustle my butt out there to cook breakfast right away. I will if I have to. Like, not this morning, but yesterday morning, Brad was so tired. He'd had a really rough night as far as pain and stuff, and I literally had to keep talking to him and making him open his eyes and stuff to make him stay awake. I even had him go take a shower early and stuff because, you know, when he gets overly tired like that, you know, he would just keep nodding off. And I wanted to make sure he was very awake before he started driving. So, so I ran out there and cooked breakfast too. I made just scrambled eggs, you know, with cheese and um, some toast. But I just wanted to make sure he had a good breakfast and he was fully awake and all of that. But yeah, if I can cook it ahead of time, I'd rather do that. I don't mind, you know, 1 or 2 mornings a work week have to go out and cook breakfast, but you know, not every morning and stuff. I want to kind of sit and wake up too. That's kind of my time to kind of wake up and, you know, all of that. I was going to show you guys something else. Oh, I know what I'm going to show you guys. And this is for people that might have any kind of rashes, chub rub, whatever you want to call it. And I know that summer's all about over, but anybody does a lot of walking, and that kind of stuff, and it's temporary protects and helps relieve chapped or cracked skin. And that is the skin barrier cream. And I get it off of Amazon, and it is not as expensive as some of the other skin barrier creams I have tried. I have tried sprays, and I have tried creams, and out of all of them, this one here is the very best that I have found. And this is the first tube, but I'm still working on it, and I started using that back in, I want to say, the end of May. You guys knew I got so sick, and then I had such a bad allergic reaction, and I had such severe rashes, like, you know, I had to wear adult diapers for a couple of weeks because I was so sick. I couldn't even get up and not just lose my whole bladder. We still have never figured out what the heck all that was about. But they ruled out cancer, so I can live with the rest. So I was in agony, and regular diaper cream wasn't doing it, you know, diaper ointment. I had bought some spray. It was okay, but if you're doing having to put this on yourself, if you're using it in the groin area or, you know, on your thighs or whatever, it's very hard if you can't see to use the spray. You know, and see how much you have on and stuff. This is not a problem, and you use such a tiny amount. Their thing is, let me see. Okay, I'm going to read you this. Apply is needed. Gently cleanse the skin as required. Apply cream sparingly to cover the entire affected area. Note, if the feel is oily, too much has been applied. And they are serious on that. You use probably, let's say, for one thigh, you know, where you would get, for lack of a better terminology, chub rub, you would use smaller than a size of a pearl. And it goes a long way. It stays all day. It lets your skin still be breathable, which is nice because it says durable barrier cream, protects and moisturizes cream, durable, long-lasting formula, breathable, allows tape to adhere, CHG compatible. I don't know what that means, and fragrance free. And I'm not a paid sponsor or anything. And I'm sure you can get it other places. But here it is again. It's the durable barrier cream, and that's of course it's backwards, but that, and you can find it on Amazon. And I know sure they have it other places. But yeah, I love this stuff. I even put it on Brad's when he fell a couple weeks ago and skinned up his knee so badly. It, of course, you know how we've all had scabbed up knees as a child, and or most of us. And then when you go to like overnight, the scab forms in one position, and then when you go to stand or walk, it kind of cracks that, and it really is painful. Well, I would cleanse that area really, really well, and I would put some of this on, and it gave it where it just was enough moisture. It didn't hurt so much, you know, and it gave enough protection against, like, even the fabric on, you know, the pants over the scabs and stuff. It worked out really well for that. They say you can use it for, of course, on babies. Of course, you can use it on your bed-bound family members. You know, help prevent bed sores. Um, I know Brad's mother had some really, really bad ones that were just from what we were told. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. If I find a product that works really well, if you're a big-chested woman, or if you know, you sweat a lot because it's been really hot underneath your breasts and stuff, it works really well, you know. So, yeah, like I said, I've been using it underneath my breast, and I've been using it, you know, anywhere that you've got rolls on your body. If you're a plus-size person like I am, like Brad is, you know, and you feel uncomfortable and you get sweaty and icky and stuff. This is great for that. So, it prevents you from breaking out and getting sores and stuff. So, you know, and it's all about, for me, it's all about, it doesn't matter what size you are, it's still having the dignity, retaining your dignity, no matter what. Maybe you've started, maybe you are now becoming disabled. Maybe you have gained a lot of weight. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight. But if you lost a lot of weight, you're still going to have a lot of hanging skin, and it's still going to be an issue with the chafing and you know, preventing infection and stuff. But, you know, no matter what size you are and what age you are, we should all still have our be allowed to have our dignity and to feel good about ourselves. You know, 'cause I'm not any beauty queen, and I'm not the smartest woman. I'm not the best woman there is. I mean, I'm the best and stuff for Brad, you know, from what he says. But we all deserve to be treated with dignity and respect, and to treat ourselves with dignity and respect. A lot of times we've been taught from childhood not to do that. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that product with you. You know, when I find a product I really love, I like to come on here and say, hey, you know, get yourself some. Price point, I can't remember. I can look that up for you guys real fast, though. It wasn't horribly expensive. It wasn't super cheap either, but it wasn't, I mean, for how long it lasts, I would bet to guess that 2 tubes of these will probably last you for a whole year, maybe, you know. Let's see. I'm going to go into my orders. You guys just hang out there, okay? It'll take a while to find that. And then I'll have to show you, I have some more hats that were donated. Okay. It comes in a 2-tube set. And you can buy it in just a 1-tube. But for 2 tubes, it's $14.21. I know you're thinking, wow. But free shipping if you have Prime. And like I said, a tube of this is, so you see a tube of this is $7.10. We'll round it up to 11 cents because it's actually 10.5. But anyway, to last you 6 months, a tube, approximately. It's not like you're gonna have to buy this every month. So yeah, you know, I think it's worth it because other barrier creams and stuff are very, very, very expensive, a lot more expensive. So anyway, there's that. My wonderful friend, I've been so blessed. Like I said yesterday, Jennifer Slater had donated hats came in, and I got to share those with you guys. And I got to give you guys the updated list, which made me so happy. So, I want to show you the ones that Kathy just donated, and her family owns Stone City Farm, and they make goat milk soap of all different scents, and I love their stuff, and lip balm and a bunch of other stuff. All you have to do is just go into Stone City Farms, and they have a whole website. So go check it out. She sent this one. She makes these too. Aren't these cute? And then you can put. She puts a mini bar in there. And this one, I don't know what scent it is. She didn't say, but it smells so good. It really smells good. But isn't that cute? And then all of the stuff. I mean, they have different sets and all the stuff. She does all the knitting. If it requires a knit item or something, she's the one that does all that. There. No, it doesn't say what kind of soap it is. I always love her cards and Jennifer's cards and stuff. I keep them. And when I'm having a really rough day, I pull them out, and it's like a whole lot of love. So anyway, I want to show you her beautiful hats. Look at this. Look at this variegated one. I love this. I got to find out what kind of yarn this is, too, because I just love that. So there's that one. This one. Isn't that pretty? I love how she does these. The brim. I love that. And this one. And this one is neat. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes from brown to a blue to a darker blue. It's really pretty. It's a nice green. I call this an army green. Soft too. And there's this one. Isn't that cute? And this one. Love that. Love that. Kind of a different kind of a stitch she did on that one. Neat. And then, look, here's some more of that cool yarn. Isn't that nice? And then she always well, I don't know if she's ever sent one that she hadn't included some uh, money to help with the shipping cost, which is so very kind of you. And then she also always includes some kind of goodie that I get to sit around and sniff for a while. And then she really surprised me, and it tickled me to no end. She included this skein of yarn, which is primary stripes. And the funny thing is I'm just working through my last skein of primary stripes. In fact, I'll show you how funny this was, Kathy. Look, the brim is that, you know. And then as I go up, I'm going to be doing a kind of a, I can't remember what they call it, but it'll have ridges and stuff. Will be the primary stripe. But isn't that funny? Because I opened that and I just kind of squealed because I was like, it was really too bad because they don't have it on sale anymore, and I really love it, and that was my last game, and I think I only have like maybe, I don't even know where it is. Oh, yeah, I have about a half a skein left, and that's which is like it was just perfect. So just thrilled me to no end. I'm having a good day. My bursitis is still acting up. In fact, it's starting to hurt. That's part of the reason I'm working harder on getting my dinners done earlier. And also, like I said, I start running out of a lot of steam because our dinner hour is 7 o'clock. You know. And by that time, I'm getting tired. I got to also feed the dogs again. And that's when they get their chicken and rice with the kibble, with their kibble. It's all mixed in. And of course, the cat has to be fed again because Princess needs to be fed her canned cat food twice a day. It's just a small can, and I split it in half. And of course, once you open up the can and it's been in the fridge, you've got to nuke. You've got to warm that up ever so subtly for this cat. Of course, she is very spoiled. But anyway, you know, I start running out of steam and stuff. And like I said, by that time, the arm's starting to really hurt and stuff. So, and like I said, it's, he gets home at 7 and we turn in by 9. So, tonight will be a late night because we won't turn in till 10 because Expedition Unknown is on, don't you know? Now, if you're nerds like Brad and I are and you love, that kind of stuff where they're discovering, like ancient Mayan temples that they didn't know were there. They're overgrown and overtaken by the jungle. Or, they're looking for a pirate treasure and whether or not they find it, or old historical notes and stuff they're retracing and stuff. If you like that kind of stuff, check out Expedition Unknown. It's on Thursday nights. I can't tell you what channel. You might be able to pick up some of it on YouTube. I don't know. And if you have on demand, you can go through and probably pick up, depending on what kind of cable you have. But we really, really love it. And so that's one show we watch. And then yesterday, see, everything is turning out. And our life is your life is always ebbs and flows, And so for a while, maybe you'll have a series of some harder things to handle happen. And then you'll go through a time period where good things are happening. And we're in a time period now where good things are happening. And they released new episodes of American Horror Story. How can life get any better, people? How? So we have not started watching that because it's on Netflix and stuff. We'll start doing that this weekend. You got to prioritize. So, but I'm excited about that. 'Cause, very excited. That's another show that Brad and I watch together. It's nice to have some programs that you watch together. Now, I don't watch his BattleBots. That's on Friday nights, and the man love him BattleBots, and I don't mind watching a little bit of it, but usually I just let him. That's on Friday nights, and it comes on at 8 o'clock, and usually I just go in the bedroom and I lay out all my stuff, and I find a movie or something to watch, and on the TV back there, and I let him have some time, where he can just kind of spread out and just relax. Been a long work week, and it works out great for both of us. And of course, Sunday night and Monday night, I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé, both of those ones. And then, yeah, that's about it. What's on Wednesday night? Oh, Expedition Unknown. Duh. Right? Yeah, I know. Good to have important things in your life. Made the best iced tea, y'all. I had these family-size tea bags that I bought. Oh, maybe 3 months ago, right? I hadn't opened them, though. So I opened them the other day and put them in. I have a big container, with a screw-on lid that I have regular tea bags. And then I have flavored tea bags in another container. So I put them in there, and I didn't realize they were decaf. Super. So I made a pot. I just make it through the coffee pot. I made a pot. I make a pot, and for us, we like our iced tea a little stronger, so I use like 3 of the family-sized tea bags and then 3 flavored tea bags. And I'll run 2 pots. I'll run it first, and then I'll add water again and then run it again, and it just about fills up that gallon pitcher. And yeah, just a little bit more water. So it is good. It is good. So that's all I got really going on. Critters are doing good. Cat's doing good. I think it must be thundering out a little bit because the dogs are kind of hiding. We're supposed to maybe get some rain. Brad's doing good. He is. He's doing well. He's really, really enjoying his job. He wants to get out there and get on the phone, man the phone, without having somebody shadow him and stuff. You know, and that's good. I'm glad he's liking his job, and they treat him so nice and stuff, and they don't cut him down because of his age. They don't cut him down because of his disability or anything, and that's just super. He actually gets a full hour for lunch, and he gets a couple 15-minute breaks. He didn't get any of that at his last job. He has great benefits. The insurance doesn't cost that much for us, and he has life insurance. We haven't put it on me yet because it's our new insurance starts October 1st, but we didn't sign up for the vision or the dental because there's only 3 months there, or for my life insurance because, like I said, there's only 3 months, and then um, then I'll start a new whole calendar year. So, and each 2 months before, in November, you have to pick each year your new plan. So we'll have him do the dental, and I guess we figured we weren't going to do the eye because it's not really any cheaper for us than the way we do it. So, and then we want to get some life insurance on it. And I think we want to maybe increase his stuff. So, I don't know. It's just nice to have that, Just really nice to have it. So, excited. Finally going to looks like we're finally be able to save up and get a second vehicle, and that'll be nice. And it'll be really nice. So, anyway, I hope y'all are doing great. Remember, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. Thank you again, Kathy, for the donated hats and the soap and just being such a wonderful friend. You and Shirley and Jennifer and Rebecca and so many other people, Carol, you guys are all we're like a sisterhood, man. And you guys just don't know how much you mean to me and how much you enrich my life. Just, you pop on and you'll say hi and I'll say hi. And, maybe one of us or both of us, usually me, might take a couple of days to answer back. If I don't answer back, just kind of nudge me again and go, hey, girl, you didn't answer me. Because I little forgetful sometimes and stuff. Oh, yeah, there's a thunder rumor. And, but you guys do mean so very much stuff. Yeah, we were talking about books again. Kathy and I were talking about, and the other day, Shirley and I were talking about books and stuff, because, so you guys let me know if you're readers too, or maybe you used to read and you've kind of gotten away from it, and you're thinking about doing some reading, what kind of books you like to read, and stuff, what kind of format. Now, I like both formats. I like the Kindle, and I like the, or any kind of e-reader type like that. And I like your old-fashioned paper book. The thing I like, though, over the Kindle with the paper book is I know I physically have that book for the rest of my life, or until I send it off to somebody else to enjoy. With the Kindle, I don't know. And I've accidentally, a couple of times, wiped out a few books that I did want to keep and reread on my Kindle. And then the only way to get them back then, after I wipe them off, because I wiped them off from an Amazon on a Kindle. So the only way to get them back then is to repurchase them, and I'm not going to do that. I don't normally purchase books on Kindle. I'll wait for a free one. So, and I found that sometimes you can find some pretty good darn books. There's that Dollar Tree. Just keep checking that section. It's usually down in the stationery aisle, and they'll have some books, and you'll be surprised. All right, I got to get off here. Love you guys. Cherish your friendship so very much. And I think you guys are awesome, and I hope you have a good evening. Bye.